Hello everyone, casual boxing fan here. Just want to make a quick little video, and it's casual boxing fan, not casual boxing talk like I say a lot of the time. I guess I just get real confused. It's my name on YouTube, but I'm new to the whole thing, so God knows why I keep saying casual boxing talk. But anyway, let's get into it. ESPN pound for pound rankings have come out. There's a lot of controversy, there's a lot of uproar, there's a lot of complaining, there's a lot of shouting. So let's get down to it. I'm going to give my take on my pound for pound list. I'll give a little review of the pound for pound list that ESPN put out, but anything ESPN put out I don't really trust because they got Dan Raphael working for them. And Dan Raphael to me is the equivalent of the fat comic book guy from The Simpsons. Just sits on his ass, doesn't know much, doesn't do much. And that's no offense to Dan Raphael because, listen, he just talks so much rubbish. He had Heard beating J-Rock. You know, ridiculousness like that make me puke. We also had Steve Kim saying Inoue was pound for pound number one. And, listen, I love Inoue. I made a video on this channel about Inoue and how he's a bit underrated and that he's not getting a fair shake, but he's not pound for pound number one. No way in a million years is he. That's just the fact of the matter. And also, I watch a lot of ESPN fights, and personally, the commentary team on them normally are quite horrendous. Timothy Bradley and Andrew Ward are good, but it's only because they have a bit of banter every now and again. Besides from that, I normally have ESPN on mute because I can't be bothered hearing their bullshit. So let's get down to the list ESPN put out. Let's have a look here. They have Vasyl Lomachenko, number one. What a surprise. Terence Crawford, number two. Canelo, number three. Inoue, number four. Errol Spence, number five. Alexander Usyk, number six. Number 7, Gennady Gonatovich Golovkin. Number 8, Mikey Garcia. Number 9, Anthony Joshua. And number 10, Estrada. Now, I'm not a fan of this list because it doesn't really make much sense. But, you know, I guess they vote on it, some bullshit like that. They don't really tell you how you get into the list. It just seems like you're as good as your last fight, or sometimes you're as good as what you've done. Because some of these guys, I'm looking at, GG's still in the list. GG's nowhere near my pound for pound list, to be honest with you. What's he done? He's going to fight Steve Rolls, for God's sake. He just lost to Canelo, and then he fought Vanes Martirosyan before that. That's not good enough for a pound for pound list. I don't care what anybody says. He's out of my list. Juan Francisco Estrada, great fighter, very skilled, but the only guy he's beat is Rungvisai, and he's not even defended that title yet, so he's not on my list. I understand he has other good wins like Brian Viloria and places like people like that, but not done enough of this time of late to gain entry to my pound for pound list. Besides from that, I have everybody else they have on my list. But, let me talk about my list first. And I'll tell you who I got on my list. My pound for pound number one is Saul Canelo Alvarez. And unlike ESPN, I'll tell you why. And the simple reason is, he has 3 pound for pound fighters during the time on his resume. Miguel Cotto, he beat him. Erislandy Lara, pound for pound fighter, he beat him. Austin Trout, not pound for pound, but a damn good fighter, beat him. Beat GG, pound for pound fighter, and he beat Daniel Jacobs, another damn good fighter. So, for me, Canelo has the best resume in boxing, therefore, is the best fighter in boxing. There is no ifs and buts, no potential. No, he could beat this or he could do this. No, he's done it, and he's number one. Point blank, period. Number 2 for me is Terence Crawford. One reason, undisputed. He has to be given credit for achieving undisputed. Even though there's a lot of fans out there, and they know who they are, that like to play both sides. And these are the fans that said, Terence Crawford would never fight Felix Diaz. Felix Diaz, he's afraid because Felix Diaz is not with Top Rank. He'll never fight him. Fights Felix Diaz, destroys Felix Diaz. Felix Diaz is now a bum. Okay, people. But that is not the way boxing works. Felix Diaz was considered a good fighter at the time. So I give him credit for that win. So a lot of people like to say Crawford had beat nobody. But that's the same fans that at the time would say, this guy's a tough fight for Crawford, or Crawford should fight this guy, or Crawford won't fight this guy. Those are the same fans that turn and say, oh, these guys are bums now. For me, Postal, Gamboa, Diaz are all great wins. I like him. He's undisputed. He's a freeweight world champion. He beat Khan. He beat Benavidez. He beat Horn. I give him his props. I think he's number 2. I think he needs the big fights to consolidate himself, but I think he's number 2. In my opinion, he's number 2 for undisputed, and he has good names on his resume. That's my personal opinion. Number 3 for me is Vasyl Lomachenko. I love Lomachenko. I think he's a great fighter. I think he's fun to watch. He's got good wins. Nicholas Walters, fantastic win. A lot of people take credit away from him, but people forget Walters destroyed Darchinyan destroyed Donaire, but let's just forget about that because Walters is now a bum and a coward. Let's be realistic, people. I give him credit for the Rigondeaux win. Why do I give... A lot of people don't give Lomachenko credit for the Rigondeaux win. Let me tell you why I give credit to Lomachenko for the Rigondeaux win. I give Errol Spence credit for beating Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia moved up 2 weight classes to fight Errol Spence. And I give him credit for that. Yuriorkis Gamboa moved up 2 weight classes to fight Terence Crawford. I give Crawford for that win. Credit for that win, Crawford. Now, as a fan of boxing, I have to hold every fighter to the same standard that I hold the rest of them to. So I can't pick and choose what boxers I want to give favoritism to, or what boxers I want to bend, or what boxers I want to bend the rules for. No, it doesn't work like that. A lot of fans out there praise Errol Spence for dominating Mikey Garcia, but don't want to give Lomachenko any credit for dominating Rigondeaux. Bias, unfair standard. And I don't want to hear the excuse where Mikey Garcia fought twice at 140. He beat Brown and he beat Lepanets. Because there is 7 pounds between welterweight and welterweight, and there is 8 pounds between featherweight, super bantamweight, and super featherweight. So therefore, basically the same weight they've moved through, and one gets a lot of criticism and a lot of hate, the other gets praise. So I'm not part of that fan group, I'm not part of that fan base. Lomachenko gets credit for beating Rigondeaux. That's why he's my number 3. As well as that, he beat Linares, who is a bum, because Linares just got stopped. So Linares is now a bum, even though he was on an insane tear. Was looking amazing. But according to these fans, he's a bum. Beat Gary Russell Jr., fantastic fighter, very skilled. So there's 4 really good wins on Lomachenko's resume, but he's just not had enough fights, in my opinion. Just 13 fights, just not enough for me to consolidate your place as the pound-for-pound number 1. I think if you're the pound-for-pound number 1, you need to have at least 20, 25 fights, 30 fights, a really just established, dominant champion, like Crawford and Canelo are. So that's why I have him there. At number 4, I have Alexander Usyk, who is number 6 on the ESPN ranking, which is an absolute travesty, an absolute disgrace. Usyk is in the top 4 best fighters in the world, without a shadow of a doubt. The man beat Bradus, the man beat Gassiev, Bellew, Hunter, Huck. What else do you want the man to do? Jump through fire? Those are some amazing wins in their backyard as well. Went there, took the belts, went home. You know, he's number 4 on my list. And let me just say one thing. The top 4 fighters, Lomachenko, Crawford, Canelo, Usyk, those are the top 4 fighters in the world. I beg anybody to dispute that fact. To me, those are the top 4 without a shadow of a doubt. It's those 4 men. You can have them in any position you want in your list, but those are the top 4. Those 4 men have to be in the top 4. At number 5, I have Neo Inoue. I'm big on Neo Inoue. I think he's a fantastic fighter. Reasons being is the way he's just tore through 118. Jamie McDonald, Carlos Piano, and Emmanuel Rodriguez. Stopped all 3 of them within 2 rounds. Amazing. He also has some good wins at the lower weights. Omar Navarez, great win, stopped him. Adrian Hernandez, great win. Ryuichi Tsuguchi, great win. What were the other ones? One more guy. Carlos Cameroni, good win. So, for me, he's number 5, but, you know, you can dispute that if you want, but I have him 5. I like him. Number 6, I have Anthony Joshua. Yes, another man who gets a lot of hate, a lot of criticism. As a duck, apparently, a lot of people say. But for me, I'm a big fan of Joshua. I think he's a great fighter. I think beating Klitschko, beating Povetkin, beating Takam, beating Parker, really getting rid of that old guard, Povetkin and Klitschko, you know, stop them both. That's very impressive. That takes a lot of skill. Klitschko couldn't stop Povetkin. Joshua did. You know, not in that. Fury could stop Klitschko, but Joshua did. And that got to hold some weight. That just to show the skill of Joshua. He's able to get these guys out. He's able to stop them. And that's fantastic. You know, I'm not comparing Fury and that, but I'm just saying he's got something there. He's beating these guys and he's stopping them. Give him the credit he deserves for that. And I am. Number 7, I have Errol the Spence. And a lot of people will probably be a bit upset about this, but for me, one thing I'm going to say about Errol Spence, I respect the kid. But when Keith Thurman was unified champion and he was going on that tear, nobody had Keith Thurman at the top of their pound for pound. There's no one in the top 5 or the top 10. Keith Thurman got no love, no credit. And I always had Keith Thurman. I had Keith Thurman in the top 5 when he was unified. Sean Porter, Collazo, Diego Chavez, Garcia, he beat all them guys. But all of a sudden, Errol Spence is being pushed. And he's being pushed quite hard to be in the top end of the pound for pound list. For me, he's not. He's beat Kell Brook, he's beat Mikey Garcia. 2 fantastic wins. I'm very, great wins to him. But besides from those 2 wins, who's he beat? Oh, wait. What? Lamont Peterson, Chris Algieri, and Bandu? Not good enough for me to say you're in the top 5. Not good enough. Not good enough at all. So I have him number 7. But, he could be down at number 5. I would argue. If you put him at 5, you put him at 6. I wouldn't argue. At number 8, I have another man that people maybe not liked in the pound for pound list, or maybe they will like, Deontay Wilder. I think Deontay Wilder's a pound for pound fighter. I really do. I feel that he's made a lot of defenses. I feel he's beat some good fighters. He's beat Luis Ortiz. Yeah, he got the draw against Fury, but it shows that he's got the intent to fight the top guys, and he shows he's got the intent to go out there and risk it. And I like that about him. I think he's in the top 10 fighters in the world. I do. I feel that he's great. He's better than a lot of people say. He's got a lot of skill, a lot of power. I think Wilder's in the top 10. I really do. And I know people won't like it, but if you're gonna, I don't think Gigi's in the top 10. I think that's absolute travesty. So I take Gigi out. I'm gonna slide Wilder right in his spot. Well, not in his spot. I think he was at 7, but you know what I mean. I'm putting Wilder in there. That's who I think deserves to be in there over someone like Golovkin. 110%. Wilder is doing bigger and better things. Who's Gigi fought and beat? Jacobs. That's the only real name he's beat. And he's going back to waiting for Canelo. You can't just sit around and wait to fight Canelo every goddamn day and think that's going to make you something, because it's not, and it's not good enough, and I refuse to accept it. I don't care what you GG fans have to say, because I know there's a lot of you, but for me, Gennady Golovkin is not in the pound for pound list because he has not beaten anyone of substantiability since Daniel Jacobs. Whether you think he won the Canelo fights or not, doesn't matter. He hasn't, and he's not in the list. He's beaten Steve Rolls and Vadas Martirosyan. Those aren't good enough. Bottom line, I got Wilder in. At number 9, I have a man that is underrated, underappreciated, Donny Nietes. 4-weight world champion, achieving big things, just beat Sasaki Ayoko. I'm just going to say Ayoko, because I can't say his first name. Just beat him on Jack, just beat him in New Year, become 4-weight world champion. I have him over Estrada. I think that he's done more than Estrada's done. I know Estrada's beat Young Versailles, but I feel Nietes deserves to be in the pound for pound list. He's done enough. He's proven himself. And at number 10, I have Mikey Garcia, which I debated, I thought over. It's like, who's going to be number 10? I just thought to myself, I know Mikey Garcia lost, but he's done some big things. I feel like I'm just going to cut him so I can just see. But at number 10, you can really, you can put Estrada there if you want at number 10. But I put Mikey there. I just thought, even though he's lost, he was out of his weight class. Let's just see how he bounces back. Let's just see how he returns to form. And the reason why I do that as well is because before he lost to Errol Spence, he beat Robert Issa Jr. He unified. He took risks, while Gigi didn't. That's the one difference I'll tell you between him and Gigi. Mike Garcia has taken risks. He's done different things. I've never seen Gigi leave his comfort zone. I've never seen Gigi take a risk. That's why I give Mikey Garcia the benefit of the doubt. And that's just the bottom line for it. That's my list. I'll just go over the ESPN list one more time so everyone has a clear idea of who it was. Lomachenko, number 1. Terrence Crawford, number 2. Canelo, number 3. Inoue, number 4. Spence, number 5. Usyk, number 6. GG, number 7. Mikey, number 8. AJ, number 9. Estrada, number 10. And my list, which I feel is the right list, but I'm open for anybody in the comments to debate me, tell me I'm wrong, and please write your pound for pound list down in the comments below, and tell me why. I love to talk boxing, I love to debate boxing, so please, tell me who you think are the top 10 best fighters in the world. I'd love to hear it. But my top 10 are, just to refresh your brain, Canelo, number 1, Terrence Crawford, number 2, Loma, number 3, Usyk, number 4, Inoue, number 5, AJ, number 6, Spence, number 7, Wilder, number 8, Nietes, number 9, Mikey, number 10. That's my list. Tell me I'm wrong, please. Tell me I'm right. All good. But yeah, I think the ESPN rankings are decent. Nothing special. I think a lot of people that work at ESPN don't know shit about boxing. But I think most people think that. I think most people that work at HBO didn't know shit. I feel like most people that work at Showtime, besides from... Actually, I kind of like the Showtime team, to be fair. I actually kind of like the Showtime team. They're pretty alright. I don't really like the PBC or the Fox team with Lennox losing that, but... yeah, the Showtime team are good. But yeah, that's my list. Thanks all for listening. This has been Casual Boxing Fan.